Value Show here in Atlanta, Georgia. With me here is Jade, and she is our very first podcast interview. And she's created a show called Jaded and Motivated. So as you see from her very cute side. So we're going to get into that and see how she adds value to her interviewees. So thank you for letting us come into your home this morning and your warm hospitality. And the warm tea was really good.
Oh yes, warm tea is always, it's like the best.
Yes.
So thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, you guys, she's gorgeous. Yes, I know you could see it. She's just beautiful.
Right back at you.
Thank you. Now I'm curious about. I listened to your podcast 000, your very first one, introducing yourself to the world, and you explained what jaded meant. So tell our viewers, what does jaded mean?
So jaded means kind of when you're at that state of, just uncertainty. Maybe you've had too much of something and you got bored. Mm-hmm. And so I think it means something different for everybody. Mm. And so the whole goal of Jaded and Motivated is to just kind of help people to break out of that jadedness when they're kind of unsure or they feel that uncertainty. That's what it is. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely we do feel that from time to time. So on the flip end, like you mentioned on your cute little banner, motivated. Mm-hmm. How do you connect with people? Like, how do you reach out to certain interviewees to get people motivated?
So it's actually really cool. I've people reached out to me more than I've reached out to them.
That's awesome.
Because I feel like everyone goes through that
Mm-hmm.
kind of stage when they're kind of unsure, they don't know which path to take, they feel jaded, and how they broke out of that and became motivated and pursued their dream. And so a lot of people really want to help others, and I think that's phenomenal. They want to help others in kind of sharing their story and how they broke out of that jadedness. So I feel like I reached out to some people, but then they referred others, and they referred others, and it's just kind of this snowball effect. And I think that's so cool because it brings this sense of similarity and togetherness, and I think that's kind of what the world is missing at this moment in time. So with that, with stories being told, there's always that underlying similarity.
Right.
Everyone's story is different, everyone's journey is different, but there's always that underlying similarity of kind of how I broke out of that jadedness and pursued my dream, and I want to help others do the same.
Okay, so you do a very good job with that on your podcast.
Thank you.
You have like the top 3. Out of those 3, I'd like you to share one that really spoke to you and something that you kind of implemented after the show that you worked on for yourself.
Ooh, that's a good one. Let me think about it. So what I think is really cool is, I had this one lady named Tayu on, and she is... Did you listen to that episode?
I did.
Oh, it was such a good episode. Such a good episode. I'm not saying... I'm a little biased,
yes,
but it was a very good episode.
You must listen to it. Okay, cool.
So she's a relationship and life coach, and she kind of talks about just kind of like pursuing your passion and how to find it. And so what I thought was really cool is a lot of times people kind of lose themselves and they want to be in a job that is well paying as opposed to a job that they're passionate about. And so she said to look back to your childhood. What were you passionate about when you were a child? And that really resonated with me because a lot of people, they lose themselves, but what's important is kind of taking a step back and going to our foundation or to what was our calling when we were younger, because that really doesn't change, And so when we find that root of ourselves and what we were passionate about when we were younger, it just kind of gives perspective on which path to take. So I loved that episode, and so that's always a good one to kind of listen to and step back and just realize, okay, let me think about this from the lens of younger Jade, kind of what she was passionate about, and see if this is the right step to take and stuff like that.
Okay, so could you see her glowing when she was sharing that? It was just coming out all over. So and you do that very, very well. So there are some new things happening with you. You shared that you're doing podcasting, you're also an actress, and now into songwriting.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, just share some up-to-date news.
So, up-to-date news. Yes, I'm going to have a song out in November, and I'm super excited about that. It's called Just Me, so I hope you guys like it. It's like a R&B 80s pop twist.
Okay.
So take that as you will, but I think you'll like it. I hope you like it.
We'll feel it. We'll feel it. And I think this will, round up our questions for today. What is something that, as you're sharing, and you want to continue to ask your interviewees when they come on the show, how do you want to leave someone with a quick nugget to inspire someone to say, okay, find that route and go after it? What's that one thing you want to leave someone as they hear at the end of our conversation today?
I say always just take a step back and kind of breathe. I feel like with this world, it's such a quick pace world, and we always want to take the next step, and we don't think before we talk, think before we walk, So I think it's really important just to take a step back and reflect on what's going on. It'll not only make you more grounded as a person, but it'll definitely just make you more peaceful. And that's what we all want to be, is peaceful and happy. And so if we take a step back, kind of look at the overview of our life, whether that be with journaling, whether that be with meditation, whether that be just with reflection, self-reflection. I feel like that's such an important part of the human experience, is just to breathe, look at the overview of things, and really strategize your next step.
That's awesome. So please listen to her podcast.
Yes.
Put a shout out there for your hashtag and everything on Instagram, please, so that they'll know how to continue to follow you with your podcasting, with your acting, and your music. So share that, please.
So you can follow our podcast Instagram page at Jaded and Motivated, and then we're also on all streaming platforms. You can listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that jazz. And then follow me on Instagram at Coffee with Jade to stay up to the latest news.
And she does love her coffee, people.
Oh,
she loves her coffee.
I love my coffee.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being with us today and sharing with our value viewers how you can continue to be a little bit jaded. It's okay, but still be motivated. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.